Welcome back to 843 TV. We're now joined by Mr. Matt Green, who is the developer at Buckwalter Place. And you've probably seen some big news here lately with the brewery coming to town. That's fantastic. So tell us about it and tell us why they chose the location they chose in Bluffton. In Buckwalter.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a while since I've been back on the show. And so we're really excited for this microbrewery. We've been working on it for quite some time. And this particular company called Southern Barrel Brewing Company looked at several locations throughout the country. And when I met them about a year and a half, 2 years ago, really they wanted to invest in a community that was progressive, that was different, and they wanted a coastal town. And so Bluffton really fit that bill. And then when they looked at Bluffton specifically, Buckwalter Place, being it's very centrally located within Bluffton, quite frankly from the region standpoint with Savannah and Hilton Head and Beaufort, it was a natural fit. And what we're trying to do at Buckwalter Place is really create that mixed-use, vibrant vibe. Having a microbrewery in there was really a great thing because it offers people a different choice. And it's a destination and experience that Bluffton doesn't have right now. And so we're really excited from a development team to have them part of the community. And I think the community will be very impressed.
It's one of those rare win-wins.
It's a rare win-win. It's a specialty use. And as we were talking earlier, microbreweries are a very hot commodity across the country right now. Yeah.
Well, Matt, tell us when you guys plan to open, and tell us a little bit about the construction and what makes it unique.
Yeah, it's unique. It's a 12,500 square foot building, and which is a big facility. And there's three components of that, and that includes a production facility where we'll actually make the beer with the big tanks and everything that you see in all the pictures. There's a 2,500 square foot tavern or restaurant, right, that'll serve beer and food. And then there's a huge outdoor beer garden plaza that people can go out and mix and mingle from the interior to the exterior. What's really unique is about the name Southern Barrel, right? If you think about beer, it used to be made in barrels. And so at some point during the process, right after they open, a lot of the beers will be aged in barrels, which would be really cool. They'll have a barrel room and those types of things. But the facility itself, I think one of the most unique things is that the owner owns a barn that was constructed in the 1820s. And so he's going to disable a large portion of that barn and use that wood, the hemlock wood, to actually build the bar, to put on the walls, to decorate the tap room. And so you've got wood that's 200 years old. And so when you come in, working with the local design team, Cord Atkins, they really have done a unique job to create an authentic atmosphere that when you go in, you're in a special place. I mean, yes, you're drinking a beer that's crafted by some very amazing people, but you're in a neat place and you're part of history. So it's really a neat thing.
Refurbishing the wood, that's very Bluffton too.
It's very Bluffton. It fits right in. Yeah, it really fits right in, the whole reclaimed wood. Yeah.
So can you talk to us about why you would open a brewery versus just a restaurant?
Yeah, and I think it's about the experience and the destination. I mean, if you look at this group of why they got involved in microbrewery business, they're entrepreneurs, number one, and I think they see a really unique opportunity to locate here in Bluffton and then expand beyond. They have big plans to take this brand not only local and regional, but hopefully someday national. And to have that flagship headquarters here in Bluffton is very unique. The brewery component is very unique in itself in that you have a huge investment in these fermentation tanks. And so one of the unique things is that instead of putting those in the actual brew house or the production facility, they're actually going to bring that experience right into the tavern, the restaurant. So you'll be able to sit right there, right, enjoy a beverage, eat some food, and watch the whole brewmaster and his team brew the beer. And so that's something that's very unique and differentiates it from a regular restaurant. And the focus is on the beer, right? The craftsmen creating the beer are going to create some very interesting products, seasonal products. They're going to have fun with it. You keep it local. And to show people that process is a really unique thing because it's, I'll admit I'm a beer fan. And so I think as you learn and you watch what goes into making beer, it's a really unique thing. And so I think the experience of a microbrewery is something unique. And I think it's a destination that people will come and you'll be able to take tours and take classes to really understand the process. And so we're really excited for that.
That's great. Yeah.
Well, the mix of the old and the new and the restored and all of that whole experience really encompasses
what Bluffton's all
It's
about,
what
I
Bluffton's
think.
all about. I mean, you think about the last 5 years. I mean, that's Bluffton, so it fits right in.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So tell everybody what type of beers will be offered and how they're different from other regional beers.
Yeah, so the beers will be, the standard IPAs and pale ales and stouts, and I can go on and down the list. But the Brewmaster, the Brewmaster, I should say, Walter Trafari, is really a seasoned vet. He's nationally acclaimed. He was recruited to Bluffton. So he'll be moving here with his family, which is kind of neat. He has 4 kids, and I don't want to steal his thunder. I'll let him come on the show. He's a lot more impressive than me in talking about beer. But so he has a very there's 8 to 10 beers to start, and so what he'll do is he'll encompass not only the United States but across the globe different products and malts and grains to really infuse into the product and make something very unique. And so I don't want to come on and say, hey, here's the first four
Right.
products he's going to do because that's still somewhat proprietary. But he's going to create some very unique products. And the interesting thing about this is that you'll be able to go into the tavern and have 8 to 10 beers that he will have made. And then also to start, they'll have production as well, as that they'll put in kegs, so you'll see it in restaurants, but also cans. So you'll be able to go to the grocery store and you say, oh, there's a Southern Barrel IPA that I like, or a pale ale, and you'll be able to. So they're really starting the right way. You're going to see it in the tavern, you're going to see it in the production, in the market, and everything else. So you're really going to see some unique and special products.
Well, you mentioned the Brewmaster
Yeah.
real quick. I mean, how important is a Brewmaster, and what else should we know about this guy?
Well, it's the anchor, it's the nucleus of this.
Like the lead
this
chemist,
facility.
scientist?
He's the chemist, he's the brains, right? I mean, we all pretend to be as beer drinkers, but when you sit down and you think about the chemistry and the lab work and everything that has to go into making beer, it really is a talent. And I think he was a Ford of Old Dominion Brewery out of Delaware, which is a great brewery. He's won a lot of national awards and medals in the field. And so I think his pedigree speaks for itself. Yeah. And I think he's going to be a great person to have into the community. I think you'll really enjoy meeting him. And I think Bluffton is lucky to have Southern Barrel come to the community when you see what the owner has put into this from an investment standpoint. It's not a small facility, it's a big facility. It encompasses an experience with food and entertainment and a craft that's really hot in the industry. So I think the community is really going to be excited for Southern Barrel.
They already are.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a big
absolutely.
deal. So thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And thank you for watching 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.